Okay, good afternoon. Excuse me. We're back with Exodus chapter 4, part 2. Didn't finish. Couldn't get it in. I wasn't talking fast enough. Sorry about that. Okay, so Exodus chapter 4. On the journey, when Moses and his family had stopped for the night, the Lord confronted Moses and was about to kill him. Oh. But Zipporah, his wife, took a flint knife and circumcised her son. She threw the foreskin at Moses' feet and said, "What a blood-smeared bridegroom you are to me." When she called Moses a blood-smeared bridegroom, she was referring to the circumcision. After that, the Lord left him alone. Okay. Now the Lord had said to Aaron, "Go out into the wilderness to meet Moses." So Aaron traveled into the mountain of God, where he found Moses and greeted him warmly. Moses told Aaron everything the Lord had commanded him to do and say, and he told him the miraculous signs they were to perform. So Moses and Aaron returned to Egypt and called the leaders of Israel to a meeting. Aaron told them everything the Lord had told Moses, and Moses performed miraculous signs as they watched. The leaders were soon convinced that the Lord had sent Moses and Aaron, and when they realized that the Lord had seen their misery and was deeply concerned for them, they bowed their heads and worshipped. Exodus chapter 5. Moses and Aaron speak to Pharaoh. After this presentation to Israel's leaders, Moses and Aaron went to see Pharaoh. They told him, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Let my people go, for they must go out into the wilderness to hold a religious festival in my honor." "Is that so?" retorted Pharaoh. "And who is this Lord that I should listen to him and let Israel go? I don't know the Lord, and I will not let Israel go." But Aaron and Moses persisted. "The God of the Hebrews has met us," they declared. "Let us take a 3-day trip into the wilderness so we can offer sacrifices to the Lord our God. And if we don't, we will surely die by disease or the sword." "Who do you think you are?" Pharaoh shouted, distracting the people from their tasks. "Get back to work. Look, there are many people here in Egypt, and you are stopping them from their work too. Making bricks into straw." That same day, Pharaoh sent this order to the slave drivers and foremen he had sent over the people of Israel. "Do not supply the people with any more straw for making bricks. Let them make it themselves, but don't reduce their production quotas by a single brick. They obviously don't have enough to do. If they did, they wouldn't be talking about going into the wilderness to offer sacrifices to their God. Load them down with more work. Make them sweat. That will teach them to listen to these liars." So the slave drivers and foremen informed the people Pharaoh had ordered us not to provide straw for you. Go and get it yourselves. Find it wherever you can, but you must produce just as many bricks as before. So the people scattered throughout the land in search of straw. The slave drivers were brutal. "Meet your daily quota of bricks just as you did before," they demanded. And then they whipped the Israelite foreman in charge of the work crews. "Why haven't you met your quotas either yesterday or today?" they demanded. Excuse me. So the Israelite foreman went to the Pharaoh and pleaded with him. "Please don't treat us like this," they begged. "We are given no straw, but we are told to make as many bricks as before. We are beaten for something that isn't our fault. It is the fault of our slave drivers for making such unreasonable demands." But Pharaoh replied, "You're just lazy. You obviously didn't have enough to do. If you did, you wouldn't be saying, 'Let us go so we can offer sacrifices to the Lord.' Now go back to work. No straw will be given to you, but you must still deliver the regular quota of bricks." Pharaoh would not let up on his demands. The Israelite foremen could see that they were in serious trouble. As they left Pharaoh's court, they met Moses and Aaron, who were waiting outside for them. The foreman said to them, "May the Lord judge you for getting us into this terrible situation with Pharaoh and his officials. You have given them an excuse to kill us." So Moses went back to the Lord and protested, "Why have you mistreated your own people like this, Lord? Why did you send me, since I gave Pharaoh your message? He has been even more brutal to your people. You have not even begun to rescue them." Uh, Exodus chapter 6, Promises of Deliverance. "Now you will see that I will do to Pharaoh," the Lord told Moses, "when he feels my powerful hand upon him. He will let the people go. In fact, he will be so anxious to get rid of them that he will force them to leave his land." And God continued, "I am the Lord. I appeared to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob as God Almighty, though I did not reveal my name, the Lord, to them. And I entered into a solemn covenant with them. Under its terms, I swore to give them the land of Canaan where they were living. You can be sure that I have heard the groans of the people of Israel, who are now slaves of the Egyptians. I have remembered my covenant with them. Therefore, say to the Israelites, I am the Lord. I will free you from your slavery in Egypt, and I will redeem you with a mighty, powerful, and great acts of judgment. I will make you my own special people, and I will be your God, and you will know that I am the Lord your God, who has rescued you from the slavery in Egypt. And I will bring you into the land I swore to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and it will be the very own property. I am the Lord." So Moses told the people what the Lord had said, but they wouldn't listen anymore. They had become too discouraged by the increasing burden of their slavery. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go back to Pharaoh and tell him to let the people leave Egypt." "But Lord," Moses objected, "my people won't listen to me anymore. How can I expect Pharaoh to listen? I'm no orator." But the Lord ordered Moses and Aaron to return to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and to demand that he let the people of Israel leave Egypt. The ancestors of Moses and Aaron. These are the ancestors of the clans from the sub-tribes, Israel's tribes. Oh my goodness. The descendants of Reuben, Israel's oldest son, included Hanok, Palu, Hezron, Carmi. Their descendants became the clans of Reuben. The descendants of Simon included Jamal, Janan, Onan, Onhan, Zakin, Zohar, and Shul, whose mother was a Canaanite. These descendants became the clans of Simon. These were the descendants of Levi, listed according to their family groups. In this first generation were Gershom, Kohath, Mara, Levi, their father, who lived to be 137 years old. The descendants of Gershon included Limni, Shimei, each of whom is the ancestor of a clan. The descendants of Kohath included Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uzel. Kohath lived to 133. The descendants of Ur included Meili and Musha. These are the descendants of the Levites listed among the genealogies. Amram married his father's sister, Jochebed, and she bore him Aaron and Moses. Abraham lived to be 137 years old. The descendants of Izhar included Korhan and Peg Zikri. The descendants of Ushlel included Mishael, Ephraim, Sithra. Aaron married Elisheba, the daughter of Amminadab, and the sister of Nahshon, and she bore him Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithmar. The descendants of Korah included Ishkar, Kalahan, and Mashah. Their descendants became the clans of the Korah. Izhar, son of Aaron, married one of the daughters of the Putuli, and Patel, and she bore him Phinehas. These are the ancestors of the Levite clans listed according to their families. The Aaron and Moses named in these listed are the same Aaron and Moses to whom the Lord said, "Lead all the people of Israel out of the land of Egypt, division by division." These are the ones who went to Pharaoh to ask permission to lead the people from the land of Egypt. At that time the Lord said to them, "I am the Lord, give Pharaoh the message I have given you." This is the same Moses who had argued with the Lord, saying,